Welcome to Chopping It Up with Cho. I'm your host, Evan Alperstein, or some around campus call me the Cho. Chopping It Up with Cho is a show designed to share opinions, experiences, and ideas in a relaxed, unfiltered format direct from current Lakers. Today we have an intense main topic for our first show, but before we get to that, let's chop it up a bit with our first guest. In the class of 2024, member and a BL videographer extraordinaire, Jake DiBari. Jake, welcome to Chopping It Up with Cho, and thanks for being our first guest.
Thanks for having me, Evan. I'm excited.
So, how's senior year going so far?
Senior year is great. It was a great start. Had an honor roll for the first quarter. Still working on that dean's list though, but I'm excited for the golf season coming up. Got about one more month for that.
You've been training for that? You guys hitting the range? It's a bit cold out there.
It's pretty cold out there, but golf simulators always helpful. But I got to get out to the actual range soon.
How's the team looking?
Team's looking great. As long as we can get Rob Ward back from that tibia injury, we're looking golden.
That's awesome. So we just had our first snow day in what seems like forever. How'd you spend the time?
Man, it was awesome to see some snow back in Baltimore. I didn't really do much. I tried to get out as much as I could, just walk around in the snow and go sledding, but mostly just hang around inside and catch up on some schoolwork.
I like it. How's JDProds come along this year?
JDProds is doing pretty good. We had a very successful football season, and I'm working on the hockey season right now. A little bit of basketball, but I'm pretty excited for lacrosse coming up too. But hopefully hockey can finish out with the championship.
Yeah, I saw you just committed to LSU. You what's your goal looking like for there? You want to film college?
Yeah, for sure. That's my goal. I'm supposed to be having an interview with the athletic department over there in the next month. So hopefully, I can get a job over there and just film some football games for them.
Are you gonna tour college? Are you gonna go like a little visit day?
Yeah, I'm going on the 30th of this month, so pretty excited.
Awesome. You catch a basketball game or something?
Yeah, I was actually looking at the schedule earlier, and there's no games when I'm there. It's just
that's unfortunate.
Pretty unfortunate.
I'm sure you'll find something though.
Yeah.
Catch games soon.
We'll do something. Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna switch gears now to our main topic with the shocking news that came over winter break that we lost our beloved teacher, Mr. Bo Dagenet. Mr. Dodge has been at BL since 2005. At just 42 years old, it represents a tragedy Boys Latin has not witnessed for decades. Jake, I know you had Mr. Dodge this year. What kind of teacher was he to you?
He was one of a kind. Never had any other teacher like him. He had such a big impact on me. I only knew him for 3 or 4 months, but it felt like forever. We were just good friends. And 2 books that I read in his class, 2 of my favorite books that I've read to this day. So I just want to thank him for that and sparking my interest in reading a little more.
When you got into his classroom, what was, every teacher has that one little routine that they do. Either it's like a little check-in or something like that. Did he have any type of routine that he did? Each class?
Every class, walk in and give us usually give us a firm handshake. And we just get right into either a reading quiz or a battle royale kind of thing where we go back and forth on questions, and whoever wins gets 100.
That's
loser
awesome.
Gets like an 80.
That's great.
It was always a fun time, no matter what we did. He always brought that energy. So,
what did he do to help you, to connect with you?
To help me, I know for senior speeches, he helped me a lot with writing comments on my speech. It helped a lot with the end writing of my speech. Also, the way he taught us. And
many of his students said they really enjoyed reading the books he assigned. In this digital age, what did he do to make reading so fun and enjoyable?
Like I said earlier, just like playing games too, and do like the battle royale where we have teams and go after each other and just try to stump each other with questions. That was a really good way to learn like the reading. And also towards the end of this, the second quarter, we did this thing where we'd choose true or false questions, and he'd be the one answering them. So it was pretty fun, and I got to stump him a couple of times. He's a really, really smart guy, so it was really hard to stump him. But when you did, it was awesome.
Yeah, I never had him as a teacher, but I always, you know, he was always laughing. He was always just that type of guy you could always talk to. Do you have a funny or favorite story about Mr. Dodge?
Yeah, I have a couple. One of my favorite stories about Mr. Dodge is just always talking about sports gambling with him. And, you know, I told him this first touchdown score and for the night later, and it actually hit. And
Really? I saw that email.
Yeah, I emailed him later, and I was like, did you do the bet? And he was like, oh, no, you weren't convincing enough. I was like, yeah, it's my fault. Another one was we had donuts for when we finished our first book, and he gave us like a nice little donut party, and we read our scripts that we made, and I mean, every single class was like a new memory and something new. So
that's awesome. That's great. What mark do you think Mr. Dodge leaves on the students, teachers, and the staff here at BL?
He definitely leaves a big mark on this community. I mean, you saw how many people were there on the Saturday, and you know, he was such an impact on teachers. I've heard from Mr. Post, my advisor, Miss Mullally. You know, they had really big impacts with him, and for students, every single student I've talked to that had him has been impacted, and that just shows who he was.
How should we continue to celebrate Mr. Dodge?
Man, it's a tough one. I think we should carry on his legacy with, you know, how he taught, and you know, I mean, it's hard to replace someone like that, but you know, just like maybe if we could keep like playing those games in the classes and stuff like that. But I mean, he's really someone that you can't really replace. So.
I agree completely, Jake. Thank you for being our first guest, and thank you for sharing your thoughts in this emotional time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's a great show.
That's it for the first edition of Chopping It Up with Cho. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.